Welcome. Welcome to this session of Ananda Yoga. Today I would like to offer that we practice on the theme of emergence. Why this theme? Why now? Well, maybe you might have been catching on some of the media some talk about how with this COVID crisis there is a new, new awakenings maybe coming about, new opportunities, a new way of doing things. Of course, that's what many of us hope, especially if it means new ways of living more sustainably, with more respect for nature, more solidarity, but also maybe new ways of engaging in the world, and in particular with strong qualities of the feminine energy, including feminine leadership. And some aspects of this feminine energy is the ability to welcome, to hold, and to allow things to emerge. So maybe there's an invitation now for us to shift in our way of doing things, not just doing with our, only our will and pushing for things and exhausting ourselves in the process, but changing a little bit our mindset and our posture so that rather than pushing things, we create a space where we can welcome what wants to emerge, and grounded in the faith that there is great wisdom in nature, in life. After all, we are not the ones who've invented life. Life lives through us. And maybe when we give this space for this life force to operate, things work maybe better, maybe more smoothly. In my personal experience of trying to shift my way of doing things and being more welcoming of what wants to be, I've been actually often very, very, very pleasantly surprised. And it's less stressful and less exhausting because I'm not using my own energy, my limited energy, but I'm tuning into a more powerful and more, full and boundless energy. So that's the idea of today's practice, the idea of emergence. And I'd like to invite us to start this practice actually with a pranayama, as we always do, but standing up. Standing up. And throughout our practice, I will invite you to really listen to what your body wants to go. The postures are like a frame, but how you move within that frame, how you reach that frame, maybe something you can see what wants to emerge in that movement, what feels natural for you. So let's start with a yogic breathing, full yogic breathing, which we will be using our abdomen, ribs, and chest as always. And to enhance that movement, we will be accompanying it by a forward bend. When you start breathing in from the bottom, as if you were welcoming, lifting up an energy that carries you up as you fill yourself up and let your arms rise and open. And then as you breathe out, you just let yourself be carried down, down, down. But as if you were flying, as if you had wings, and then you gather, you welcome, you see what wants to emerge. As you breathe in your abdomen, ribs, and chest, and expand, opening your chest, tucking your abdomen as you do so to protect the lower back. Breathe out, go down, chest, ribs, abdomen. You can find the rhythm that works for you. It might be slower, it might be faster, but imagine, perceive how the movement is moving through you, as if you are not the operator here. You are the follower. There's a certain rhythm, a certain direction, but you let yourself be carried in the movement. So you relax as you go down. And you feel the energy rise within you as you go up. And the breath and the posture is a consequence of the energy going up. Relaxing down. Your knees are soft. There's no forcing here. You can almost imagine as if your arms are carried by some invisible hands, carrying the weight, lifting you up so that the movement is effortless. Welcoming the emergence, opening with it. Broadening and expanding as the energy unfolds. Releasing as you come forward. One last time, breathing in. Growing, expanding, not just because of your will, but just because of the natural unfolding that occurs when you will give the space. And then slowly come back up into standing position. Close your eyes for a moment. And you can set an intention for a practice. Maybe there's a part in your life where things are difficult. You're pushing or you feel you're exhausting yourself. Maybe you can explore what it could be like to let go and let things happen as they wish to unfold. Maybe not at the same pace, and maybe surprises will come. So where is it that you can let go, welcome, and let emerge? And hopefully this practice we do together can help you. Now for our warm-up, I invite you to go back down to the floor. We're going to start on our backs. And we're going to start with hip circles. So opening your knees to either side and with your hands on both knees. And then as your legs go far from the chest, they come back together, then back to the chest. And you do circles like this, opening the hips. You breathe in as you open to the sides. And you breathe out as the legs come closer. But again, try to see if you can do this movement in a way that it's occurring almost spontaneously. Energy is moving through you and you're just accompanying it. You give the intention and let it unfolds. Making your intention here is to make space for the thighs to be able to rotate, for the hips to be nice and open. And the movement follows. And now let's change direction. So you push the knees away from the chest and then open to the sides. Very gently. Cultivating the intention of welcoming. Here we're working on the second chakra. All the things to do with hip opening are the second chakra associated with the water element and the deep center of feminine energy, of course, associated with our womb and all of that. And now let the knees fall to either side and just breathe. Breathe into the hips. Inviting space. No forcing, no pushing, just welcoming and allowing the space to grow. Just setting the intention of letting go of any obstacles. And now grab the sides of your feet and we can do the child pose. And you can rock yourself a little bit from side to side. Think of the innocence of the child, just playing with no goal, just being with no other agenda than experiencing joy when it can, so opening to that joy. And then just relax again, leaving your breath to do the opening for you. And then bring your knees back to your chest and you can rock a little bit from on your back, allowing the momentum to move your body. And you follow, and if you can, go all the way up. And come up for a moment. Just gonna replace my hair. And from here, bend your knees and come back with your right leg. And we're going to go for a low lunge. And here, make sure that your knee is just above your ankle. If it's like this, you may want to bring your back. If you like this, you want to adjust it. And just breathe. Allow the gravity to let your hips slowly go to the floor. As always, letting the breath do the work. Creating space. If you feel any resistance, direct your breath mentally to where you feel resistance. And as you breathe out, visualize the tension being released. You breathe in, you make space, you breathe out, you release the tension. And then bring your foot close to the edge of your mat and your opposite hand on the outside of your mat. And gently, without forcing again, rather feeling how the hip is allowing you to open and the hand accompanies that. You open and then you twist. Trying to feel how this movement of twist can come about in the most adequate way, in the most perfect way for your body. If you feel tensions or discomfort, try to feel where the adjustment you can make is to be in comfort. Allowing your body to guide you. And again, breathing in the abdomen, ribs and chest. Chest, ribs, abdomen. And come back. Move your foot back to the center. And here, bring your hands onto your knees and try to lift yourself as if you were trying to bring your abdomen far from the thigh with the intention of making space. Thinking back to our session on Stiram Sukham, where there's a fine balance between force and flexibility, strength and flow. Again, here we want to find that right balance between creating the frame, putting the attention, and then letting what wants to be happen. And come down. You can lift up your back leg, and we do this shift, bringing your right leg now forward, basically the other leg forward, and again, allowing your hips to relax with the breath. Your foot can be with your toes curled or on the floor, whichever feels better for you right now. Breathing in the abdomen, ribs and chest, chest, ribs, abdomen. Lengthening the spine also as you breathe in. And then allowing the hips to fall to the floor more as you breathe out. Now once more, open up, bring your foot next to the edge of the mat and your hand outside on the other side, and feel a twist emerging and pushing you, making space in the hip, adjusting your knee if you need to, and looking over your shoulder if it's comfortable for your cervicals. No forcing, but just growing into the movement with the breath. And come back, bring your foot back to the center of the mat, come up, placing your hands on your knees, and again, making a nice space here between your thigh and your chest, tucking in your abdomen, and then letting yourself, the hips fall more to the floor. And relax. Now, lift up your back leg and come to the side like this, keeping both legs open. And allow your upper body to just relax down, letting the gravity bring you down. You can do a slight bouncing like this to just find the momentum that allows the muscles to relax even more deeply. And bend the head so as to offload any tension. Come up. You can bring in your heels, and then let's move from side to side like this for a little bit. Continuing to open the hips. There's a lot of welcoming in allowing emergence, which is why we're really working on this hip openers, because that's our capacity to welcome. And bring your feet back together so that we're standing up and straight. And let's do a little bit of a twist, adjusting the lower vertebra by just twisting the hips in one direction and the shoulder in the other. And then you alternate like this. And this creates a lot of energy, big energy flow to the lower back. Feel how it's warming up as you're bringing up space and waking up the energy there. Wonderful. Open up your legs and lift up your left arm. So you're lifting up as if you have weight in your hand, but really your arm is being lifted up for you almost. Feel the movement rising and then relax down. Again, There's weight in your hand, but there's this force supporting you up and down. Coming up and down. Right. You're guided in the movement. Left and right. Let's continue. Warming up our spine. You can bring your fists close to one another. And we're going to warm up and make space in the upper spine. So here, the hips don't move, they're facing forward. It's just the upper part of the body that's moving. And your fist comes and knocks on the corner of your opposite shoulder. As you do this, you might start feeling a little bit of warmth in the upper part of your back. Okay, let's complete with a little bit of waking up of our brain cells. Again, unlocking any stubbornness, any set pathways in our thinking, and then massage your scalp. Again, loosening any pathways so that you can allow new ideas, new inspirations, new ways of doing things to come about. Perfect. So, I think we're ready to go into our practice of the asanas per se. And I invite you to start with the mountain pose, the Tadasana, the mountain pose, ultimate pose of stability. And so it's not actually an easy posture to do properly. So you want to make sure that you're grounded in your feet. You have 3 points of contacts on the sole of your feet, the level of your heels and the cushion right next to your big toe and the cushion next to your little toe. So it's like a triangle of stability. Your knees are such that they're pointing forward. The lines of your 2 feet should be more or less parallel. Feet hips distance apart, knees are soft, abdomen tucked in, tailbone kind of going down to the floor. And then feel as if you were a fountain with this flow of energy going up to your top of your head, and then down to the sides, so the shoulders are relaxed, the arms are relaxed, and you can put your palms facing forward today. And close your eyes, lengthen the spine, chin is parallel to the floor. You're pushing into the floor, and as you do so, this allows you to lengthen and rise and grow. And as you breathe deeply in the abdomen, ribs, and chest, feel how you're entering into your core. And you want to connect to your deep inner wisdom, that inner guide that knows best. And when you allow it to guide you, it can lead you to the most unexpected and amazing places. And as you address yourself, as you speak to your guide, to your inner wisdom, you can affirm mentally, I stand ready to obey thy every command. Letting go of the intentions of the little ego and opening to potentially more fulfilling intentions of your soul. I stand ready to obey thy every command. Let's continue that movement inward, because for something to emerge, it requires us to allow ourselves to touch that deep part within us. And we'll do that with the eagle pose, Garudasana. This is the eagle pose, just a little quick reminder. And we'll go in it together briefly. So bring your weight on the left leg And bend your left leg. You can then slip your right leg around it such that the thighs are really very close. You couldn't even put a knife between them. And you can put your toe, your big toe, on the floor, but there's no weight on the toe. It's just there to help keep the balance. If you feel really comfortable, you can even wrap your foot behind you. Remember that the knee here is bent. Make sure your hips are parallel to the floor, that there's not one falling. And then let your wings be open. Feel as if the air is lifting your wings. And then you bend your left arm at a 90-degree angle. The right arm goes under and around. If palm to palm is too much, you can put back of the hand to back of the hand or on your shoulders. Again, listen to what is right for you, to the movement that wants to be today. Abdomen tucked in. The pelvic muscles are nice and toned. Fine grounding on your left leg. Shoulders relaxed. And feel how you're curled up. An invitation to go to your core. Place of serenity and clarity. And in that space of peace, feel how even when all is moving, you can retreat to your haven and seek the guidance as to what is wanting to be. You can affirm mentally, at the heart of life's storms, I stand serene. At the heart of life's storms, I stand serene. Allow yourself to enter deep, deep, deep in your core. And then let the wind open your wings. They're moving almost by themselves. Stand up and come back into the mountain pose. And feel the sensations, this mixture of strength and activation of your left leg, space in your chest and back, and peace. Bring your weight now onto the right leg. Bend the right leg. Wrap the left leg around it. Come bend slightly forward from the hips. Make sure your hips are nice and even, parallel to the floor. And then allow your wings to come up. Your right arm bends 90 degrees. The left arm goes under and around over here. And relax the shoulders, abdomen tucked in. And without sitting on the hip like this, you try to really elevate yourself. Again, trying to connect to the energy that holds you in the right posture so that it's not an effort. It's something that you find natural. And breathe in the abdomen, ribs and chest. Chest, ribs, abdomen. Allowing the breath to guide you in the movement that is right for you. Inviting you to your inner core, where you can calm the mind and see clearly what is wanting to emerge naturally. You can affirm, at the heart of life's storms, I stand serene. And from that serenity, the solutions will come. Allow your wings to open, let them be carried over, be brought back to the mountain. And again, close your eyes and listen to any sensations that are arising in your body. From here, let's go into Ardha Chandrasana, the half moon position. So let me just remind you what this is, the half moon position. To go into it, bring your feet close together and come up onto your toes, again lifting effortlessly. You're carried up, bring your left foot down, the right heel is still up, and your hips are naturally shifting towards the right. And then bring your arms are up and lengthen yourself. Feel there's an energy moving up that is leading you to grow, grow, grow. But as you grow, try to keep the shoulders down and relax, specifically to make more space. And try not to collapse forward like this, but really open up. Tucking your abdomen, that helps maintain perfect, as if you were between two panes of glass. And here we're activating the solar plexus, activating the inner fire, Agni. And as you activate it, feel how a sense of strength and courage are emerging from within you. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Strength and courage fill my body. Come up. Bring your arms down and relax in the mountain pose. Feeling this activation, this fire, and feeling also how it warms naturally your heart, which is right above. And also, that's also where the courage lies. Courage, the etymology is from cœur, the heart, French. So now let's bring our feet close together again and do it on the other side. Rising with an energy that goes up through you, and then coming down with your right foot on the floor, letting your hips shift towards the left, and growing. Try not to collapse like this, but the movement really comes from the hips. The upper body is pretty straight. Feel a beautiful stretch in your left flank. And again, the activation of your inner fire, naturally emerging from the posture that creates the invitation for it to emerge. They're facilitating emergence. That's one thing. We're not passive in emergence. We create the conditions for the emergence that is good for you to happen. Feel how strength and courage fill my body cells. And breathe in, come up, and release down. Once more, listen. All this energy that when you give it space can come out. It's always there. It's just about liberating it. And we're going to do more of that with the triangle pose, the master position for activating a lot of energy. So the triangle position, quick reminder, this is what it looks like in the end. So to go into it, open up your legs, the width of one of your own legs, and then open your left foot out. Your left heel is lined such that it could, if you drew a line, it would arrive at the middle of your right foot. Tuck in your right foot so that it's aligned with the knee, hips facing forward, and allow your left hip to fall. The bend that you see in the triangle is only coming from the shift in the hip. You want to make sure that your knee is not locked down, so the thigh is nice and toned. Now go down, stretch open your arms, and imagine how somebody, as if somebody is doing the movement for you. You're being pulled out towards the left, and then your arms can just gently fall, opening up your chest, opening up your hips like this. And feel how you're supported and carried. Listen to your body and allow it to find the right alignment. If it's comfortable for your neck, you can also tuck in your chin and then look up. And breathe in the abdomen, ribs, and chest. Chest, ribs, abdomen. And feel how as you're activating your legs to create that beautiful frame, this energy can emerge, this space. And you can also feel the energy tingling in your arms. Energy and joy flood my body cell. Joy descends upon me. And bring your head back to the center, bend your left knee, and imagine somebody holding you up. Natural movement. You can open your arms a little and come back and listen. Do you feel more vibrant? Is there more space within you? And when you feel that space, we've touched serenity, we've touched strength, ideal conditions for a sense of joy to also emerge. So let's go get more of that joy. Let's do it on the other side. So same thing, making sure your knee on the right side is not locked. And let your right hip fall down, down, down. Opening, opening, opening. Making sure that you're nice and open like this. Stretch out the arms and imagine somebody pulling you with the arm and at the same time pushing down the hip. And then the arms just simply go down and up. Tuck in the abdomen to protect the lower back. And if it's comfortable for your neck, tuck in your chin and look up. Try not to crumble to the side like this. Again, here is very straight. The side movement is coming from the opening of the hips, not the bending of the top. With every breath, as you're pushing against the floor to rise, creating the conditions for energy and joy to flood your body cells, creating an antenna to capture the joy. Joy descends upon me. And bring your head back to the center, bend your knee, come up. Open wide, relax back. Just close your eyes for a short little journey. Feel the tingling in your feet, maybe the warmth in your legs, the space and tingling in your chest, in your shoulders, in your neck. All of this bubbling energy that you've awakened. And let's now go down to the floor where we're going to continue creating the space for that energy to increase and also inviting it in a certain direction. So we're going to do a Buddha Konasana, the butterfly position. You may want to sit on the cushion or a folded blanket, because that helps. And Konasana is the master position for practicing the art of welcoming what wants to be, welcoming what is, and therefore, thereby facilitating emergence. So let's go into our butterfly pose. Your feet are more or less the distance of one of your hands away from your pubic bone. And the soles of your feet can be looking up for a deeper stretch, or they can be touching each other, whichever is most comfortable, most adequate for you. Open up your legs, and again here we're not forcing. Don't stress your knees by wanting them to go down, down, down. We're inviting. So breathe in, lengthen the spine. And as you breathe out, you invite your knees to go down, but not forcing them. The more you force, the more there's resistance. So try to consciously invite the muscles around the hips and the thighs to relax. No judgment of whatever position they're in, they just are. Everything is perfect as it is. And the more you relax, the more they can settle in a position that is even more perfect than now. Breathe and lengthen, and now we're going to start bending forward from the hips initially, so you try to keep a straight chest, shoulders open. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, come down. Again with a straight chest. Tucking in your abdomen can help for that. When you're at one point, it might help to have your elbows outside of your legs. Take your time. Again, no forcing, no objective. You're just observing what is. And in this position, a typical occurrence is that when you stop aiming for something, you relax, and then you find yourself opening up by a few centimeters. Don't make that your objective, because then it doesn't work. Just breathe into it, breathe in, stay in the present moment. Welcoming what is. And you can use the affirmation to help you. Secure in myself, I welcome whatever is. And you can release the head now, let everything just release down to the floor. If it ever becomes too much, you can of course come back up, but do what is right for you. Feel. And when you do come up, you can press your hands against the floor to help lift up your chest. Bring your knees back together. Hug them to your chest. And now that we've made that space, we can go into Bhujangasana, the cobra, which is a beautiful posture for welcoming and emerging, rising energy. So to do the cobra, let me just remind you, there's 3 versions of the cobra. You can do the sphinx like this. You don't want to look to the screen when you're doing the position. It's not turning your head to the side. So that's what I'm showing you first. There's the sphinx. There's a cobra position where you're holding most of the back with the strength of the back. So So there's barely any weight on the hands. And then there's the flexibility cobra, where your hands, you're pushing against the floor, and here you can adjust the angle to what is right for you. So choose the version that is right for you, and let's go into it. In this position, you make sure you tuck in your abdomen and also tighten your buttocks, and your legs are very toned. And as you lift yourself up, again in the version that is right for you today, and really also feeling the activation of the legs, and the energy is rising from the toes through the legs up to your spine. So very toned legs, shoulders are down, head is slightly tilted, looking up, abdomen tucked in, strong buttocks, and breathe. I rise joyfully to greet each new opportunity. I rise joyfully to greet each new opportunity. Not forcing it, of course, come down whenever it feels too much, but just enjoying this rising energy coming from your toes all the way through your spine to the top of your head. And relax down. You can place your forehead on the back of your hands and rock your hips from side to side, loosening the lower back. And then bend back into child pose as a counter position to release any tension of the lower back. Sit back on your heels if it's comfortable. You might use a cushion between your heels and buttocks if it's helpful. Or put both of your fists under your forehead. Again, listening to what is right for you. Now that we've made space for the energy to emerge, felt that impulse, let's continue activating it and bringing it up, because emergence is also a movement downwards towards up, as is positive energy, which brings us joy and fulfillment. So we want to nurture the fact that this energy is going up. And we'll do so with Parigasana, which is the door. Now, let me show you what this position looks like. Here we go. Now, to go into it, you might want to place a blanket under your knee. So you start with bending your right knee, and stretching out your left leg. Make sure your hips are facing the screen. And as in the triangle pose and the half moon pose, you let the hip shift, and this movement to the side is coming from the opening of the hip. And as you allow your arm to just come up again, feel as if it's guided up, carried up, natural movement. And you're not sitting back, but you're really nice and toned here. Just also making sure that your shoulder is nice and open, as if you're between two panes of glass. Use your breath to lengthen and then deepen the stretch. Feel this space that you're creating, allowing a channel for lots of energy to rise through your spine. If it's comfortable for your chin, you can tuck it in and look up, almost looking into you, towards your armpit and then up. And listen and find the adjustments that make the posture right for you. Feel your body. Imagine you have an inner guide who knows the perfect position. A personal yogi teacher right there beside you, guiding you much better than I ever can. And breathe, abdomen, ribs, and chest, ribs, abdomen. And feel, you can feel the affirmation. Waves of joy rise through my spine. And bring your head back to the center, open up, and come back onto your knees. Down on your heels if it's comfortable. And listen, feel the difference between left and right. Has something emerged on your right side that is different from your left side? You feel slowly this upward surge of energy rising through your body effortlessly. You're just creating the frame, and the energy does the rest. Let's continue on the other side. So left knee down, right leg stretched out, pointed toes. Lengthen your spine as you breathe in. Make the space by letting your hip fall to the floor without sitting back. You're nice and if between two panes of glass. Allowing your arm to rise, gently, surely. Very gracefully, you enter and come out of the positions as gracefully as you want to hold them. Tucking your abdomen. If it's comfortable for your chin and neck, tuck in and look to the side. And again, let your personal yoga teacher inside you find the right movement for you, guide you into the position. Show you where you can stretch a little bit more, relax a little bit more. Beautiful balance. Feel the energy rise in your left flank. Waves of joy rise through my spine. And then rise up. And come back to a seated position. Listen and feel. Yoga is an endless journey of learning. You'll never find the exact same sensation from one session to another. So it's a continuous path of exploration with different insights arising with each practice. And one thing, posture, beautiful posture to allow the emergence of positive and inspiring thoughts and motivation is the seated mountain pose. So in the seated mountain pose, the position of the legs is either the simple cross-leg position, or if you want to go a little bit more deeply, you take your right leg and you put it in front of the left leg, and you tuck in your foot between your thigh and your calf, and then below you try to tuck in your left foot between the thigh and calf here. So if this is not comfortable, you might feel sometimes a bit of discomfort between the ankles here. You can also just sit in normal cross-leg position. So feel what is right for you today. And then again, imagine each arm is carried by a guide. And you feel how the arms are lifting while the shoulders stay relaxed. There's no effort. They're coming up by themselves, a consequence of the energy that wants to come up. And your palms come together. Then you just welcome that position, that mudra. Abdomen is nicely tucked in, shoulders relaxed. Feel your chest grow and rise with your in-breath. And feel yourself settle in the posture with the out breath. And just perceive, what is this position inducing in terms of energy movements in my body? There's an invitation upwards. The energy is called to go up. Can you feel it? Can you maybe subtle? You can accompany it by raising your gaze behind closed eyes upwards. And you can affirm mentally, my thoughts and energy rise to touch the sky. My thoughts and energy rise to touch the sky. I'm creating the frame and observing what emerges. And I allow myself to be carried with it. This joyful surge of energy. Joy comes from energy going up. So just follow that energy. And breathe in, come up, open up your arms, and just let them slowly be carried down to the floor. And try to maintain that sensation of uplifting while still having your arms relaxed. And because allowing for emergence is all about going with the flow, I invite us to conclude our practice with the fish pose, which of course goes with the flow, with the current. Now, so for the fish pose, let me just remind you of what it looks like. This is the fish pose. Here, there's no weight on your shoulders. You don't want to be looking at the screen as you do the position. So, to go into it, you lie down and bring your hands below your buttocks with palms facing to the floor. Bring your elbows as close as possible to one another, and then lift up your chest. The feet are toned, the abdomen is tucked in. The legs are toned and the feet are pointed to the floor. And it's the energy from the legs and the arms that's lifting you up. But feel it as if you were carried by a wave. Very little effort from your own body. It's just following this flow. The weight of the head is almost imperceptible on the floor, because all of the energy is going up. My soul floats on waves of cosmic light. Use your breath to float and rise. Feel this beautiful upsurge of energy in your heart and your chest. And then relax, release, roll down your back slowly. And release your arms and feel for a moment. Let go. Imagine the power of the waves of the ocean. Where do these waves come from? They're an emergence of this powerful energy that animates the whole sea. From here we can go straight into the most comfortable part of our practice, savasana. So relax, you can open your feet a little bit so they're as wide as the width of the mat. Arms a little bit far from the body, palms facing up. Take a double in-breath and tense all the muscles in your body to tense. And then relax more deeply with a double out-breath. Again, tensing. Relax. Tense. And relax. And imagine this wave of light coming up through your body, first tickling the soles of your feet and your toes, like sun rays rising through your body. They warm all the cells in your feet, going up through your ankles, rising through your calves and relaxing them in the process. Rising through your knees, and feel how your knees let go of all the strain of carrying you all day. Just completely relax. Feel your thighs release, your buttocks, your tailbone. Feel the tailbone nicely pressed against the floor, effortlessly, just completely giving in. Feel your lower abdomen relax, all the intestines resting, and your abdomen, your stomach. Feel your diaphragm relaxing as your breath becomes more slow and shallow. Your lungs relax, your heart slows. All this, as this energy rises, bringing calm and peace in each cell of your body. It rises also to your shoulders, your arms, bringing comfort to your hands, all the fingers, the palms of your hands. All the muscles let go. Feel your throat also resting, your mouth, your tongue, your cheeks. Nothing to do. Just being in a completely restful way. Your eyes relax, your brow, your scalp. You are released of all intentions and all tension as you stay lying down, surrendering. And as you surrender, you can imagine a white screen, empty. As you relax, colors start emerging onto the screen. Beautiful light. It's accompanied by perfume and a slight melody, delicious sounds. Magic starts to fill the screen, completely without any intention from your side. You're just observing this magic arise, filling you with wonder, surprise, gratitude. whirling, vibrant, creative life energy unfolding before your eyes. And the more deeply you relax, the more the magic can emerge. The more deeply you are aligned with your inner peace, the more life comes onto your screen, the screen, and fills you with joy in the process. The more you surrender, the more you receive. Just enjoy this gift. Continue resting a moment in the enjoyment of this beauty. And slowly allow breath to emerge in your lungs. You can wriggle your fingers, feeling the movement be born from within. Feel also the ripple that makes your toes wriggle. As you breathe in deeply, feel the stretch that wants to be. Allow the embrace that can hold you emerge. Take a moment to stretch and feel, come back to all your senses, and then fold your legs to your chest and allow yourself to fall to your right side and lay there for a moment. Rest. And as you set the intention to come back sitting up, let the movement of your body naturally carry you up into the seated position, keeping your eyes closed for one more. And to conclude the practice, I invite you to, as usual, sing 3 Oms with me. Revisiting your intention from the beginning of the practice, maybe that area of life where things are tough, where you're struggling and maybe where letting go can help solutions arise. The solutions you might not think of yourself, but by letting go, they can come to you. So rub your hands to bring a lot of power to that energy, to that intention, creating a lot of space for the solutions to emerge. And let's chant.
Thank you.